Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 26th. This week, we're going to jump right in here. You have this card that says, working through your fears. You also have this card that says, it's time to take action. Definitely time to take action this week for sure. So whatever you're working on or whatever you're doing, if you could just even take like one extra action, I feel that would really move things forward in a big way. Yeah, it's really time for you to take control of your destiny. You have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is a good card, but I do feel that the Wheel of Fortune, I think people think that it's a lot better than it actually is, right? And so I like the Wheel of Fortune, don't get me wrong, but I think that really the Wheel of Fortune should be seen as more of an action that we have to take. It's not really like, oh, you're just gonna, make $1 billion, your fortunes are gonna turn in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like that could happen, but you have to take control of your destiny with the Wheel of Fortune. And there's two ways that we can do that with the Wheel of Fortune. Well, actually, there's more, but the two best ways are when, something challenging happens, you take care of the challenge right away with the Wheel of Fortune. When good things happen, you double down on the good stuff and you expand it more, like your wins, your little victories and things like that. You make sure to double down on those things and pay attention. It's also a great card for education. You have Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo around the card, and they're all holding books, and it represents kind of like learning or educating yourself. Can also represent digging into mystery. So if there are any mysteries, basically, if there is something that you need to know to be successful at whatever it is you want to do in your life, learn about it. If you're not finding success, like in relationships or, for example, learn about it. It shocks me. There are so many great books about relationships and love. Just like pick one, learn about it, and see what happens. But, I think that, especially during Pluto and Aquarius, we need to almost set up like little experiments for our lives where we say, okay, I'm going to, if we want to improve love, for example, we should be nerds about it. We should be like, okay, I'm going to read this book. I'm going to try this thing. And if it works, great. I'm going to double down on it. If not, I'm going to go try something else. And the people that do that, obviously, are going to experience great improvements. And the people that don't, won't. Just that simple. You have the Ace of Pentacles as well. So there's a big opportunity for you to create something is really what I feel with, especially with that Wheel of Fortune, probably your dream life. So this could be the opportunity for you to nurture that into existence. I always say there's this garden right here on the Ace of Pentacles, and the garden kind of represents a garden, like needing to water, feed, fertilize, give something sunlight, really nurture something into existence. And that's what I feel like you need to do here with the Ace of Pentacles. I do feel that some of you could have a big offer coming in as well, especially in work or business. So if you're trying to, get a raise, promotion, or if you're hoping for improvements in work or business, I see that happening for you. You have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a celebration, so I do feel like there could be a big celebration coming in for you here as well with the Three of Cups, especially if you're trying to, grow something. I really feel that there could be some sort of harvest. These three people, they're celebrating this harvest right here. You can kind of see what the pumpkins and stuff that are growing around them. So I feel for a lot of you that you are growing some sort of harvest in your life, and looks good to me. So let's see where this is going. You have with the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Knight of Cups. I would be careful of repeating a cycle in love. I would pay attention. Going down, Nine of Swords, up to the Nine of Swords, here to the Four of Wands. I don't know, that makes me, it's not bad because these are mostly good cards. Again, I read holistically and I take every single card into account. So the Nine of Swords is the worst card in the tarot as far as I'm concerned, but you have all these good cards around it, right? So, I just feel like this is kind of maybe a small warning that's really saying, if there are warning signs with a person or a situation, make sure you don't repeat the mistake. Although, again, it looks pretty good to me because you have the Hangman going to the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is marriage and, all this other stuff. So I feel it's like saying, did you learn? Have you learned your lessons in life, right? With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be a new love offer coming in for you here. Could be an Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or a Leo. Could be a water sign. You have a lot of water. You have Leo twice showing up here so far. It could be any sign, general reading. With the Three of Cups, you have the Death card. The Death card is a transformation. There's clearly a big transformation going on here. You have the Death card to Judgment. Judgment is also a big transformation. Judgment is waking up to your purpose or, understanding your direction, basically. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Fish card and the Stingray card. The stingray is about adding structure to something in your life. So it says that, if you're trying to build a new life, or if you're trying to get a new career or start a new relationship, stingray is about doing those little things that make something have more structure, or make something more solid in your life. And that could be anything. It's like if you're trying to build a business, maybe you need a website. That would be adding more structure. If you want to get a new job, maybe educating yourself on the job so you can be better at doing it would be adding structure, because when you can go to an interview and you can demonstrate that you know what you're doing, you got the job, plain and simple. So I would make sure to do those things. But this goes for all areas of your life. The fish is about small wins, or kind of having those, stacking those small victories in your life. I always look at it as that card of kind of just taking the first tiny little step that you possibly can in a direction, just trying tiny little things to be successful in whatever it is you're trying to create. And it's like, as you take those small steps, you will become more and more successful. And that's what I would do here with the fish card, is I would create those small wins. You have the Hangman, the Nine of Swords, and the Judgment card. Nine of Swords is like fear of repeating a nightmare, right? So Nine of Swords is the worst card in the tarot because it's a card, well, let's start there. Why not? So it's the worst card in the tarot because he has had a nightmare. He's waking up and he's stuck in a nightmare. But this right here is a comfort blanket. So he's in pain, but he's not in enough pain to make a change. It reminds me of, there's a story I think Les Brown tells about a guy who has a dog, and his dog is, the dog is always barking and howling and complaining on this guy's porch. And finally, one day, a neighbor comes over and says, I'm paraphrasing the story here, but basically says, why is your dog, whining and howling all the time? And the guy says he's laying on a nail. And he says, why doesn't he get off the nail? And the guy that owns the dog says, because it's not painful enough yet. So, sometimes that's how I see the Nine of Swords. Like, we can be in pain, but until it gets painful enough, we don't make a change. So we see this with people who start making a lot of money, for example. They start making a lot of money, and then eventually they kind of like start going back down, maybe until they get back to the original amount of money that they always were making in their life, right? And then that becomes painful because they've maybe increased their bills, and then they go back up again. But they just are on this kind of roller coaster, right? But we all do this in all areas of our life, maybe in love, or, we go back to the same type of person and we kind of go up and down, up and down. So I feel this is saying, there's some sort of cycle that needs to come to an end in your life. Probably something that has, sorry, that wasn't that in reverse, but probably something that has kept you stuck or something that you've repeated. The Hangman says you have learned everything you need to learn from a situation, so don't repeat something that you've already learned, right? Don't repeat a lesson, basically. The Hangman, he's gained enlightenment. His head is glowing here, so it's like he has learned what he needs to learn. Now he just needs to move forward, right? And that's kind of what I get here. You have the Judgment card. These people are rising up from coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. This is like the time that we're in, Pluto and Aquarius. We are in this time where we definitely could be experiencing, changes, or we could be rebirthing in some way. So I feel that you are just working with the energy that exists right now, and that's about it. So let's see. With the Hangman, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is about trying something. Like I said, I think it would be, this is my small win card. I always say with the Six of Pentacles, plant a couple of seeds, see what grows, see what doesn't, double down on the stuff that grows and get rid of the rest. And that's what I would do here. I think it's an amazing time for air signs in particular to experiment, to try new things in life. And so you have to learn something new. You have to try it and then get a result. And then depending on the result, you have to either keep doing it or get rid of it. And not enough people do that. So, that's what I would do here with the Six of Pentacles. Come up with experiments in life and try stuff, see what happens, see what doesn't. With the Nine of Swords, yeah, it's almost like you're conquering something. Kind of surprised the Devil hasn't shown up here. Although we kind of do have something similar, which would be the Strength card. The Strength card, she is kind of like the opposite of the Devil in a lot of ways. She is taming that lion. She has her hands in that lion's mouth, and it says that she is taming her inner voice, her inner demons. She is the one that is in control. And this is something that she has to do every single day, but, it's also something that makes her stand out, something that makes her successful. So it's almost like the Queen of Wands. Doesn't matter what gender you are. It's almost like that is your confidence, or that is your own confidence in this reading. Interesting. With the Judgment card, you have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. I would definitely be careful of like a liar, cheater, stealer if you've dealt with a liar, cheater, stealer in the past. What I would say is, personally, I like the Seven of Swords. It's really a good card. It is a golden card, and golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. I just think that it's a kind of like a tactical card. In an interview the other day, someone asked me, like, what's the most common card? And I always say Seven of Swords right now is, they asked, is there a card that comes up more than any others? And I'm like, yeah, Seven of Swords, basically, right now. Seven of Swords says that we have to look for other ways of doing everything that we want to do in life. And so as long as you stay open to other ways of doing things, you'll be successful. I think that it's time for you to be in the flow. You have this flow card. You have this transformation card as well. So I think for you to have a transformation, you have to go with the flow. That fish card that you have, sometimes I feel it says go with the flow. Other times I feel it says swim upstream. And the reason is, if a fish were to just go with the flow, they would just be floating down the river and they would lose control, right? They would have no control over their life. Going upriver is what makes a fish strong, right? If swimming against the current is the thing that gives them strength. So, sometimes I feel that we can go with the flow. We can go out to sea where we can go, meet our other little fish friends, or we can swim upriver and get stronger. And I think that this is saying at this time, it is time for you to kind of be more in this flow energy. That doesn't mean that there won't be, challenges or things like that, but I just think it would be good for you to do that. You have the Four of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Strength card together. And I feel that there could be marriage opportunity coming in for you if you want to get married. I feel like something needs to be complete, though, or it's kind of like you need to bring something to an end before that can happen. So I don't even know what that means, but, go for it. I feel for others that this is part of your transformation. The Four of Wands isn't really a transformation card, but it is a card of finishing one thing and then crossing through this threshold right here in the middle of the card so that you can have something new. So I always say with the Four of Wands, we have to cross through a threshold, the middle of the card here, so we can get to the other side. And it's almost like you have to get to the other side here, Gemini. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. And so I definitely feel that for you, Gemini. You could be extremely busy right now, but you also need to balance the other side out and make sure you're enjoying yourself, or that you're doing, kind things to yourself, or that you're taking care of yourself, pampering yourself, and all that other good stuff. So I'd make sure to do that. It also wouldn't surprise me if some of you were just taking care of yourself better, like maybe you're trying to eat better, or, whatever the case may be. So again, from a health standpoint, I feel pretty good about that Two of Pentacles there. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Strength card. I feel that you are protecting your resources. The Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness, and I feel it would be an amazing time for you to be resourceful. You have three queens here. Three queens can represent jealousy or gossip. So I would also, with the Seven of Swords, this could also say that you need to protect yourself against jealousy or gossip, which the best thing to do would be to completely ignore it, right? If people are gossiping about you. But this could also be lies that are being told to you. So I would make sure that you're getting the truth. I always say, I think it's a really bad time for telephone game type of stuff, right? And this comes up for everybody for whatever reason. I really don't know. I don't really necessarily see it in the astrology, but what I would say is it seems to me that there is an energy of the telephone game, meaning that, someone's best friend's brother comes and tells you something about, something in your life, like a person you're dating or whatever, but it's not true. It's just been told to them so many times, down the telephone, right, that it's been convoluted and it's not even true. So again, I would, if someone is telling you something about, a person that you're dealing with, or even your job, maybe someone comes to you and is like, oh, I heard that your boss is going to get fired and your company is going to go under. It's it might not be true, right? So I feel, part of me feels that this is saying get the truth of the matter, right? Go directly to the source. No getting third-party information, or even 10th-party information. If it's, if a person told a person who told a person who told another person that told you something, it's probably not true. So I would be careful of that. I would also say that, again, I feel like you are increasing your resources. I feel pretty good about money for you, Gemini. I feel like I've said this to you in some of your recent readings, so, looks good to me. With the Four of Wands, you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, walking away from something that no longer serves you. I'm wondering if someone has to walk away from a marriage, or if someone is walking away from a marriage. You would obviously know that this is happening, but, if you're dealing with a person who's married, or maybe you're married and you want to date a new person, but maybe you're kind of separated or whatever. This to me looks like someone is walking away so that, something can be made solid. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, if we are only working, the wheel will not go in the right direction. If we are only playing, the wheel will not go in the right direction. So we have to balance work and play. Again, I tell people all the time, like if I don't go for a walk every day, after like a couple of weeks, if I stop walking for whatever reason, things start to suffer in my life. I run out of ideas. Like all sorts of stuff happens. That's like my meditation time. So like if I don't do that, I stop getting ideas. Obviously I'm not as healthy because I'm not walking. The list goes on and on. With the Strength card, but that's just one example of like you have hobbies and things like that you're not doing. I am convinced that when we do hobbies, we get out of our head. When we do things we enjoy, and that allows information to come in. So there you go. With you have all 4 queens, which is interesting. You could be leveling up here. Like this could be you kind of gaining empress status. It's really funny that I was saying something about needing to take care of yourself as well, because the empress, all 4 queens here would be the empress, and the empress really is a card of like taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, healing yourself, pampering yourself, all that stuff, right? So really would be a good time for you to do that. You have this Patience card, and this is coming up in the area of the good stuff. It says, it will require having faith while you are shown the way. The universe will give you what your soul needs at the perfect time. There you go. You have this Laborer card. It says, your hard work will be rewarded soon. Keep at it. It also says, don't be afraid of hard work. What lasts won't come easy. Yeah, it's kind of like they say, speaking of Les Brown, he is famous for saying, easy come, easy go. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be something that you're building upon or that you're creating, and this to me looks like you are creating something that is going to lead to a lot of fulfillment. I do feel like you're more focused on long-term success here, Gemini. So it seems to me like if you're building something that you want it to last for a long time, whatever it is, whether it be love, money, spirituality, your health, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You have the 9 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the 5 of Cups, sorry. The 9 of Cups is about bathing in an energy of what you want. So it's about being the thing that you want to be without having it. So you have to kind of like match the energy of something that you desire so that you can find fulfillment. And I do feel like there could be a lot of fulfillment coming in for you with the 9 of Cups. Looks really, really good. You have the Queen of Cups, and so Queen of Cups is about following your heart. I personally believe that we are in a very heart-based time. A heart could be telling us to do something, and that's what I would do here. Whatever it is, whatever you feel will bring more fulfillment and joy into your life. And of course, this, we have to be responsible here. Like, obviously, my heart tells me to eat pizza every single day, but I don't, right? So, there are limitations. But for the most part, if something is going to improve your life, and your heart is telling you to do it, then I would try to do it. And again, this could be something hard as well. It could be like a goal. Your heart is kind of encouraging you to move towards a goal. That would be hard. Maybe your heart is encouraging you to ask for a raise or a promotion. It's like whatever those things are. And again, I would say it's an improvement, not something that's going to hurt your life, right? You have the 5 of Cups, and 5 of Cups is a card that can represent disappointments, but it's coming up in the good stuff. So really, the 5 of Cups is about gratitude and practicing gratitude. When he turns around, he gets these 2 cups, but he also gets this bridge and this castle over here. So I feel for a lot of you that there are improvements coming in after a disappointing period of time. It wouldn't surprise me if your past 5 or 6 years have been disappointing. It also wouldn't surprise me if you had like one really big high over the past like 6 years, right? And then a crash. So this could be a relationship that you thought was going really well and then it crashed out. It could be maybe you started making a bunch of money and then you came back down, like I said earlier. But I do see that in my head, like an up and a down is what is popping into my head for you. And I feel like you're finally getting to a place where that's not going to happen anymore. So, love it. With the 9 of Cups, you have the Hermit. Yes, you definitely went through a dark night of the soul. Hermit is about going through a dark night of the soul and kind of coming out the other side. With the Queen of Cups, you have the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is self-imposed restriction. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about needing to set yourself free. And but again, it's coming up in the area of the good stuff. So this would tell me that you are kind of opening your heart with that Queen of Cups. This doesn't have to just be for love. You could be opening your heart. It could be making you more creative. It could be, doing anything. With the 5 of Cups, you have the 2 of Wands. Yeah, needing to change your story. I think new should be a focus for you, Gemini, with the 2 of Wands. Especially if you've already experienced something. This could say that, the whole entire reading. Nine of Swords would be repeating a cycle. Judgment, Seven of Swords. I'm not too crazy. The Wheel of Fortune twice. Wheel of Fortune says, do you want to repeat something again? Do you want to go round and round and round with something? So I don't even think this has to be love. I think that this could just be part of your story. We are in a time where I believe all of us should work on changing our story for the better, of course. But could be anything. It's like it says that you already know. You already know what something has to offer. So it's like, do you want to repeat a story? I would think about that. You have this boat card, says money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Love it. Definitely could be property or some sort of winning coming in for you here. I kind of see you being, I kind of feel this is more gradual is what I would say. It doesn't feel like all at once. To me, this could be you getting a job finally where you start improving over time, whatever. You have this heart, it says love, deep affection, or caring, so definitely could be love coming in for you, of course. You have this other card that says vase, and it says secret admirer, so there could be a secret admirer coming in for you. For some reason, I thought you had the Page of Cups, but I guess not. I could be making that up. Oh yeah, wait, what's this? Yes, you do have the Page of Cups, so Page of Cups is my card of like a secret admirer. Definitely could be a secret admirer. You have a stork. It says news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you could be birthing something new as well. I kind of feel like that should be your focus with the judgment card. Judgment, inside the coffin is their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. And I feel that you should be focusing on that new life type of energy here, whatever that means for you. You have this it says temporary situation. Yeah, if you're dealing with anything like any challenges or people being difficult or whatever, I feel like this is temporary, but this looks really good. I kind of like where this is going here, Gemini. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.